being halfway through your college education and having a large portion of your funding that you worked so hard to obtain suddenly stripped away, what would you do? How would you afford to fill in the gap? This scenario is happening to many Louisiana students today with recent cuts to the Louisiana Taylor Opportunity Program for Students, or the TOPS program. The TOPS program is a state-funded scholarship program that is offered to Louisiana residents who enroll in schools and universities who are participating, and for those who meet specific program criteria. These recent cuts and rising tuition have left many students scrambling, trying to figure out how they will come up with the extra money to move forward, to pay for the tuition in order to move forward with their pursuit of a successful career. As a parent of 2 high school students, I have often harped on them on the importance of working hard to earn the grades to meet the requirements to obtain a TOPS scholarship, and now I've just become discouraged that there may not even be a TOPS program by the time that they graduate. And this is a problem for me, as it is for many Louisiana residents, in that I have been unable to afford to put aside money for their college education. Is higher education becoming unattainable for the average Louisiana resident? I'm here today to persuade you as students, parents, and citizens to take action to restore and maintain the TOPS program and to increase state funding for higher education so that we can ensure a successful future for our children and for our state. Now I'd like to delve into this problem a little bit further. As I previously mentioned, TOPS funding and state college funding has been decreasing, where tuition costs have been steadily on the rise. Recent published reports from LendEDU showed that Louisiana already ranks 39th in states for having an average debt per borrowing student of $25,000 despite having the TOPS program in place. Imagine what that statistic would be if there were no TOPS program. Further, James Collier, the executive director of the Taylor Foundation, stated that institutions are either holding down the costs in other states or looking for ways to decrease the costs to make education more affordable. But in Louisiana, we are going in the opposite direction. We are making education less affordable. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, Louisiana decreased public funding per public college and university student by 39% between 2008 and 2016. Not only is college education unaffordable, but these increases in costs can deter university enrollment and affect the future economy of our state. Research suggests that in order to build a healthy middle class with business owners and skilled workers that can compete in the global economy, that college access must be made priority. Now that you know the issue, what can you and I do to remedy this problem? The plan is to convince state legislators that funding for higher education is a long-term investment. As Jonette Magner, the executive director of the Shreveport-Bossier Business Alliance for Higher Education, stated, "It is time we take a long-term approach, as other states have begun to do, and see our colleges and universities for what they are, the key components to long-term growth for our region and our state." First, as citizens, we need to vote for representatives that recognize the benefits of higher education and are willing to fight to restore, maintain, and TOPS program and increase state funding for higher education. You can go to the Louisiana State Legislature website, and there's a method for you to find who your representatives are, and you can, and if anyone would like that website address, I can provide it to you at the end of the speech. You can contact your representatives by letter, email, you can phone them, or call to make an appointment to meet in person. Secondly, you need to make a point to attend town hall meetings to voice your concerns, and you should stay up to date on any new policies that may affect higher education. And lastly, you can begin a petition and obtain signatures and present that to your legislator. This is the reality. Beginning this spring, students around the state are responsible for nearly 42% of their bill. Many higher education leaders are expecting university enrollments to decrease because of these cuts in the costs. Magna reported that the Louisiana Workforce Commission estimates that 84% of high-demand jobs will require at least some post-secondary education, and there will be very little left for those who do not have it. This current situation is dire, and you and I can make a difference, but we must follow the plan and get involved. So finally, to conclude, now is the time to begin working on this broken system. Governor John Bel Edwards recently stated that when we leave our kids with more debt than necessary, we failed them. Know your representatives and take a stand for the future of our children and our state. It's imperative that you take action now.